Well, good evening, She Leads family. I am so excited to be here and to begin this awesome journey with you. And we have a very special guest, Brenda Huntley, who is here with us today. And I am tickled to have her here. So before we do anything else, I want to take a minute and just share with you that so many of us have had challenges, a little bit of funkiness, and all kinds of things around 2020. It's been a very difficult and really uprooting time for so many of us in our personal life, in our professional life. And when I looked at all the great speakers we're going to have here, this is the queen of mindset. She will work with us today on how to be powerful as a high achieving person and really how you can have the best impact and be your best version of yourself. So before she tells all the magical things she does, she's a great friend and a great person. So Brenda, could you just introduce yourself and share a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Brenda. I am from San Diego, California. So it is only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I still got a lot of work day to accomplish some amazing things. I have been married for almost 16 years and I have 3 daughters. Yes, 3. I get a lot of, wow, 3 girls. I get that a lot. Mostly my husband gets that. And I wonder why, because I'm the one that has to deal with a lot of it. One of them is going to be 13. So pray for me as I head into the teenage years. I have a 10-year-old and she is a magical middle child. She just loves to embrace that and really make us work for it. And then I have my youngest daughter who's 7. And so been here in San Diego my whole life. And it's just been an epic adventure.
So Brenda, you have the coolest career. You spend your days helping people to, really have a huge impact and be their best version themselves. But I think what's fascinating is how you ended up being in a place where your focus was personal development and leadership, because not everybody embraces that. And there are often those of us, myself included, I will confess, years ago, I was a little cynical about that kind of thing. And so before you start talking about the specifics, can you tell everybody your wild journey of how you got to where you are?
Yeah, and as Leanne said, a little bit of a skeptic. I was probably a monstrous skeptic. I was one where it was just kind of that thing where I assumed that any sort of personal development, that it was some sort of massaging or high-fiving or chest bumping or any of those things. And I am somebody that was very adverse to that. So I would say, nope, not for me. One day we were invited to a live event by some friends of ours, and this guy was speaking, and I thought, we better figure out who this guy is before I decide that I don't even want to listen. And so his name was Darren Hardy. And the funny thing is our friends were like, hey, you need to read this book. It'll help you out. And it was called The Compound Effect. Now, I'm not sure if any of you have heard of it, but transformational, let's just say, case in point, I'm sitting here today. We read the book and we walk into that event and there's just thousands of people. And I had made up my mind, I still wasn't into it. So I wanted to sit in the back and I wanted to cross my arms and just decide I wasn't going to enjoy myself. And our friends are like, nope, we're going to the front. And I thought, oh, here we go. Like, what is this? What are we going to do? What are we going to chant? I already had made my mind up. We sat down and Darren started speaking. He immediately grabbed my attention, immediately taught me something, which was really significant because it wasn't about emotions or, something that I wasn't connecting to. He was giving me applicable practices immediately. So from that point on, I thought, wow, this is very different. And I had been working in the dental field for 15 years. So, talk about a big change in what I was doing, where my hands were literally in people's mouths every day in and day out, to what I ended up signing up to do. And here I am sitting here, oh goodness, just over 4.5 years later as part of the Darren Hardy A team. It was an ad, I saw it, I took a chance, and here I am.
It's absolutely the wildest story. For those of you who are not familiar with Darren Hardy, there are a lot of people out there in the online world or on books, et cetera, where they are mentors or they help with leadership development, they help with personal development. And actually here, Got my own right here.
There you
These
go.
are two great books he wrote. Here's one, here's the other. This book, The Compound Effect, is one of the most profound books I've ever read. I can't tell you how many times I've read the book. I have led book clubs with this book. It is insane. And Darren Hardy was also the publisher of Success Magazine for many years, and he runs all kinds of programs. So Brenda's a little modest there. Brenda's actually the director of member success. And maybe you can tell them, because you've done it for me. I came looking for some programs, some online programs, all kinds of things that would help me. I lead a very large business, and you connected me. And then a lot of my leaders that I work with, you connected them. You really have a unique skill at that. Would you just mind telling people what you precisely do there?
Yeah, so what my team and I, we talk about what we get to do. Many people in a career, it's something that you go to, you show up, you do the time, we view it as what we get to do every day. And part of what I get to do is meet incredible leaders such as Leanne, who have huge organizations, to a stay-at-home mom, to a doctor, to you name it, across the board. I get to interact with people day in and day out that are searching for something to better themselves. Anybody that is on that path, Darren always talks about them as like the special 92% of people that are wanting better. And so it's one of those small, select, special groups where something can actually change their life. I've had many interactions just as something as simple as Darren Daily. Now that is a free tool that Darren gives every single day, Monday through Friday. He is there for you for 2 to 5 minutes and just drops little words of wisdom bombs on you Monday through Friday to fill you up. And when people come across my path or my team's path, they're searching. So what we do is we find out what it is that they are actually looking for. What brought them to Darren? Why are they seeking mentorship? And, getting to know somebody and finding out more about them, what they do for work, what they do for business, if they lead a team, any of those sorts of things and information they give me, I'm able to take in and direct them into the right path. And that's really important because there's so many mentors out there that'll just push you into whatever's next. And Darren's not about that. So he gives me license to find out what works for you. And then we fit you to the program and help you on your heroic journey. So that's what I get to do every day. And I lead a team of about 5 to 7 amazing ladies. That's another thing I know Leanne was really excited about, that on the Darren Hardy A team, we are, I think Darren says, well, all of us are ladies except for Darren, and two men, we call them heroic men, that are on this team of ladies. And it has been an incredible ride, and just what women are capable of. Myself, my team majority makes up moms. So he just is mind blown by what we can accomplish while having a kid literally on your back. We've had many of times like that. So it's such an incredible experience to be in a position of, influence and leadership of other amazing ladies and what they're able to accomplish. And something that is really unique about what we get to do here, this is something for us, especially I know as wife and mom, and, we run to soccer practices and make lunches and, you name it, we do it. But to have something that's ours, to feel like we're impacting somebody else's life, it has just been incredible for me to be a part of that. And it gives me more purpose for myself and what I'm doing.
You're really incredible. And I know you have helped so many people. I've seen people that I work with that you've matched up with programs that have had such a transformation. It's awesome. And, I'll share with you, I actually saw Darren Hardy speak years ago. That's kind of what started it for me. And then I signed up for the Darren Daily. And again, it's darrendaily.com, DARREN daily.com. And every day you get a message, and it may be something about you as a business person. It may be something about you as a parent. Every day there's some, like she said, bomb of wisdom. I like that. And then I read the book, and I'm an avid reader. I know a lot of you who are on here today are big readers, but if you have not read Compound Effect, for goodness sake, get that book. It will impact every aspect of your life. And then I started doing the courses, and I've gone right down that rabbit hole very, very happily. And I will share with you, I am now, I read so many leaderships. I've done so many programs for so many years, but I'm really an incredible fan of the teachings that you're matching people with, because it's one thing to be excited or motivated or inspired, but it's a completely different thing when someone can give you tools so that when you get a concept that makes sense to you, you can immediately go apply it into your life right away and see results. So I want to share something with you, Brenda. I recently did a course called Jumpstart. This was a brand new course that Brenda matched me up with. And it was was that March that we did that?
No, we started that in June.
In June, okay. So it was in June. And I have to confess, I love what I do. I have a great family. I am very blessed, and I'm really grateful for the life I lead. But this whole like being locked in the house, masked, no travel, don't see people, no hugs. I hate the no hugs part a lot. But I really was just kind of figuring out, what to do. And as some of you saw in the little intro video I did, I had all this time where I'm not flying and speaking anymore. And I always had it in my mind that I felt like there would be a way I could bring women together. And I just had never taken the leap. And Brenda hooked me up in the Jumpstart course. And out of that course, I've designed everything that you are going to be hearing every week. This entire Facebook group. There is a website that matches it. We will be launching an Instagram in the next couple of days to go with it. And I'm really thrilled about this. So Brenda, I want to thank you, because my whole mission right now is to help other women. And you have put me in a place to do that. And having you here as the first guest speaker is awesome, because you're like the motivation. And I know that there are people out there who have things that they would love to accomplish and grow to another level. And, if they're interested, certainly they can reach out to you. So I just want to send you some love for a minute, if that's all right.
Love right back at you, my friend. Yeah.
So if you wouldn't mind, would you share maybe like one of your favorite things, a favorite story, or somebody that you've really impacted by doing what you do? I think that'd be really exciting for people to hear.
Oh yeah. I mean, being here for 4 years, and, I started off only part-time. I started off, I'm not kidding, 3 hours a day. And I started off just doing customer service, small little amounts of things, just answering yes or no questions. And one thing that Darren always equips us with is that the sky's the limit. Whatever you're designed to do, and he talks about finding the right seat on the bus. And, people that have drive and a little bit of a competitive nature, that's me, we tend to keep pushing for more and keep fighting for more. And one thing that over time I was asking, can I have a few more hours? I want to get this done. Can I have a few more hours? I want to get that done. And as the time went on, here I am leading a team and full time. And it started out just 3 hours. And what's great about being a part of this team, and I'm sure there's many teams out there like that, and even being a part of something like She Leads, this is just near and dear to my heart. And when you told me you were doing this, I'm so proud to be here and be a part of it. And the stories that came out of what you're doing, you're a story coming out of Jumpstart, which, Jumpstart is a 6-week program that Darren started just for you, Leanne, for me, for people that were kind of struggling in the lockdown mode. And I'm just like you, it's killing me not to hug people. It's one of those things where we're people. We like to be around people. So Darren noticed a little bit of deflating going on his own team. And so he built this program as a way, I call it kind of my kick in the pants that I needed, just kind of that shake it up a little bit, find something that you want to do and go for it. There was an incredible guy that I had the opportunity to help get into Jumpstart because finances were tight. As we know, we are all coming into this struggling in one way or another. Things have changed. And he got in the program. We were able to make it happen for him. And over the course of the weeks, he kept in touch with me and he was explaining to me all the amazing things that he was seeing just as a result of, as Darren says, the small hinges swing the big doors. So he was making these little adjustments over time, and he was able to pay off $13,000 in debt just by starting. And I think that's the hardest part for so many of us, me included, is you can start, but the start to the finish right? So we have drift and we have all these things that we get caught up in. But what is happening with him is he was actually able to stay consistent because he found a community that he wanted to be a part of. He found those people that you relate to. I mean, you know, when you find your tribe, it's something about that that makes you level up. And being a part of this group, being a part of the She Leads group, this is your tribe. These are those people that you want to show up for. These are those people that you want to be a part of this group, and you want to hear what Leanne has to say week over week. And it's kind of the same thing. When you find that person that you connect to, when you find that mentor you connect to, you need to go deep. Darren talks about it all the time. You can go out and you can choose so many different books and so many different programs and so many different things to entangle you in. And you become, as Darren says, fluffy. So he says personal development without action is just fluff. So I encourage you here today, if this is where you want to be, go deep, put in the effort, because there's something about staying consistent and getting the result that you see over time. And had this guy not started and stayed consistent, he wouldn't have gotten out of debt in 6 weeks. But it was because he put into practice the small hinges that swing the big doors. So that's just one of the many, many stories that I get to come across that just had a big impact on my heart. And I'm just thankful to be able to share that with you today.
Thank you for sharing that. And what a heck of a story, 6 weeks to get completely in the debt like that. That is amazing. I remember the days where my husband and I were looking at the beast called Sallie Mae. And I thought I'd die of old age before I got out of debt. And, you know, I know that people are headed into a lot of weird stuff this winter. And, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with the vaccine and the economy and shutdowns and all the different things that are going on around the country. But, you know, if you are somebody who is looking to level up, that's our goal here. And she is a phenomenal tool if there is a project that you want to take on or something that you know you should be doing and you're wrestling with it, or maybe you keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping. You know, Brenda's got all kinds of great things that she can connect you with. Now, I am gonna, no, by the way, all of you, none of this is scripted. We are just talking. I really wanted this to be real. I didn't want to send her questions and she sends me answers. We're just talking. So I'm going to pull a fast one on her right now. Brenda, I know in the middle of COVID, with your 3 kids being at home and virtual schooling, that you have also gotten the highest recognition at your company. Yeah, you know, I'm bringing that up. So each quarter at your company, there is a recognition given to the person who's really excelling in terms of leadership. And not only did you get it, but you've gotten it all 3 quarters this year so far. Isn't that right, young lady?
Yes.
And you are the first one ever to do that. So I am excited, and I know you will be the 4th. We're going to just see you come on and break yet another record. But if there are other women out there that are watching and they do have children that are school age, I know you do and I do, any words of wisdom, advice, or therapy about how to be a career woman and really accomplish at such a high level while you're juggling your kids on virtual school? Is there anything that you would maybe want to share in that line?
Yeah. You know, I'm not going to lie. It has been an adventure, to say the least. Kids have been out since March, and my husband also works from home. So it's been something that we've been trudging through, just like many, and trying to make sure that you know your kids are okay, that they're learning the best they can. And a lot of the things I'm realizing, my kids are way smarter than me. So that's, you know, they're learning things that I'm like, I don't know if I learned that in high school, you know, just some of the stuff they're doing. But what I found was, you know, if you have conversations, I think that is what has really helped us as a family, and me in my career is, Darren talks a lot about, and he really gave me this advice, which I'm truly, truly thankful for, is that he talked about onboarding your family. You know, what we do here at Darren Hardy is we get to impact business achievers and high achievers and, you know, people that want to be better. And to do that, that requires time, energy, and effort. And when you sit your family down and you get the buy-in, that you explain to them what it is that you're doing. And, you know, we have an incredible system where, you know, I can take my kids out to celebrate if we reach a certain level. And it's creating that buy-in and that understanding of why mom is working hard, you know, because with them being at home, I don't know if you felt this with your son, but they see you. So that means you're automatically accessible to their every whim. It changed everything. And so just having the conversation with them. I know if you have little ones, it's a little harder, but mine are, you know, like I said, 13, 10, and 7. And so we had a little bit easier of a conversation. My 7-year-old still doesn't buy it that well, but having that conversation and being open with your family about what you're doing day in and day out has been a game changer for me. And then also finding solutions. You know, if you're struggling at home and you can, see if you can find a college student or somebody to help with the homework if you're not smart enough. The math, oh man, that's tough. And then finding the right space for your office, you know, somewhere where it is your space. That really helped too. So just a little bit of those tips as I've gone through these last 8-9 months of kids at home and not back to school yet. So we're in San Diego. Like I said, we've been locked down since March. So I never thought I'd be a homeschool mom, but you know, there's other plans that were made for me. So we'll see how we get through the rest of the holiday, but we're really thankful for Thanksgiving. I'm just excited.
It's awesome. And that great tips too. I have the same thing. I'm sure a lot of the moms do. You know, my son is incredible, but he'll come busting in. One day he came busting in. I was on a Zoom conference call with the translator. He's trying to talk to me at the same time. Like, oh, and forget about physics. I'm a lawyer and I run a global business. I couldn't do the first problem on the first chapter of his physics. No shot. So I love your advice. It's excellent. And for you to manage 3 kids and have 3/4 as being the top woman, you got it going on. So I do want to do one more thing before we wrap up. You know, first of all, again, I'm going to put a link on the She Leads group so you can get the book if you're interested in that. I can't recommend the book enough, and you can get the audio version. You can get the actual physical book. I just know that no matter what you're up to in life, if you join this group, that means there's something that you are looking to do, and it would be amazing. But also, Brenda, out of the kindness of her heart, has a special gift for all of us, little Thanksgiving present. So she mentioned that 6-week course. I paid hundreds of dollars to do it, and I would do it 100 times over again. But she's going to do one little sneaky thing for us today. So could you share what you're up to?
Absolutely. So what I can do, just no pressure, no anything. This is my gift to you for being here and being part of this amazing group and continuing on in this amazing group. It's the first module, the first chapter, we call it modules. The whole thing is about 60 to 90 minutes with Darren, and I'll be able to gift you that for free. There's no pressure to continue. If you find that that's for you, great. We'll have a conversation and we'll talk about it. But this is just for you for free, just to take a look at what it's all about. And the principles in this 6-week course are basically igniting the compound effect in your life. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's excellent. And so it is a 6-week course. You're getting week 1. And Brenda, I appreciate that you're giving them the freedom and flexibility to have that whole first week lesson without, you know, if they want to do more, they can contact you. If they don't, that's great. But you really get a lot out of it. I ended up doing the course, and I had my 14-year-old son and my husband do it with me. And I saw even changes in my teenager. And he's a good one to start with. So I really got
that is a mom win.
But I'm very grateful that you're doing that, because some people on here I know have been exposed to Darren Hardy and his books and his teachings, and some people may never have heard of him. So they can do the Darren Daily and they can check that course out. It's really cool. So I guess what we'll do is we'll put your email in, and then they can contact you. Does that work out well?
Absolutely. Just reach out to me, Brenda at helpme.darrenhardy.com, and we'll put the link in. And yes, just reach out, and like Leanne said, like I said, we can find what fits you. I also have resources that Darren has. I mean, he's been in the success industry for 30 years. This guy has interviewed, has vetted, has done the footwork. So he has taken everything that he has learned and distilled it down and packaged it for you. So that's one of the great things, is you don't have to go out and read 1,000 books. He already did that. It's done for you and distilled down into applicable action items. Like, you could take what you learn and actually do it. And I think that that's why I got hooked, was because I wasn't feeling like I got all excited and then didn't know what to do. Have you ever left a conference like that where they pump you up and you're so excited and you walk outside and you look around and go, I have no idea what to do next. So what he does is he gives you the steps and the tools and the systems. So I'm here to help and excited to welcome you all to Darren Daily, which is something that you don't want to miss out on. And again, I can't stress enough how thankful I am to be here with you. And please stay here. Please go deep. I'll be here. Show up for you, for your family, for your community, because, Darren talks about it's like the rock in the glass pond. You throw the rock and then the ripple effect. So this will have that on your life.
Well, I thank you so much. It's just been such a blessing to get to know you. And, I am appreciative on all the impact you've had with so many of the people that I work with. And honestly, my whole goal here is to create a really strong community for women. For those of you who I haven't gotten to meet yet that are in She Leads, I originally started out as a discrimination attorney before I became an entrepreneur. So I've always had a thing for supporting women, but I just want us to go into 2021, and like blow the doors off of it. I just really want this to be great. And rather than end in a funk, let's start lifting each other up now. Brenda, you're awesome. I appreciate it so much. I'm sure some people are going to reach out to you. Thank you for your time. And I'm looking forward to hearing that you broke the record for all four
feet.
4 feet. So thanks so much. Thanks for your generosity. I hope everyone enjoyed today, and we'll be back next Tuesday with another guest speaker in a totally different category. But take advantage of Brenda, because what you'll learn from her will help you to really learn and maximize all the other upcoming speakers we have. That's really the trick. If you can get your head in the right place and get your habits going in the right direction, then everything that is put in front of you, you will absorb more and you will implement more. And that is where she's really a key. So thank you, Brenda. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Thank you.
And we hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. See you next week.